presentation. North Platte High Sports on NorthPlattePost.com, FM 98.1 and AM 1410 are brought to you by Another Round Sports Bar and Grill at River's Edge Golf Course, Premier Toyota, Let's Go Places, Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy and Athletic Enhancement, Smokin' Double D's at Butch's in Hershey, Zeller Motors, Bad Apple Repair, fix your iPhone or iPad, Rooster Roll-Offs, The Gathering Spot, and the Justin Thompson Agency, American Family Insurance.
Herbert in motion. The pitch out to Sam Herbert. He's going to have some space for the legs. Hit the open field. Sam Herbert with the touchdown. I mean, he exploded through that open hole. Ewing's attack finds the mark. 21-13.
Today's game also brought to you in part by the D&N Event Center, Mid-Plains Community College, Runza, Great Plains Foot and Ankle, Farm Bureau Financial, Larry's Glass, Dave's Place, Puro Clean, Bill Summers Ford Honda Lincoln Nissan, Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy, Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment, and Shelter Insurance, Pete Falls and Brent Rogo.
The ball comes out once again, and it's picked up by the Bulldogs. Another fumble, this time from Michael Wojcicki, and North Platte's going to pick it up. Holy moly, yet again this Bulldog defense coming in clutch. As Fuller now fires into Dibert. That one drilled out to center. It's going all the way. Another home run for the Bulldogs. They take the lead, 9-8. Are you believing in miracles right now?
Watch today's game live at NorthPlattePost.com. Brought to you by WB's Fun Center and Brigham's. Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Hey everybody, welcome in here to Cozad for some wonderful softball action going on here tonight. North Platte High School and the Bulldogs taking on Cozad and the Haymakers here in a one-off game today. No doubleheader action. Had a doubleheader yesterday for North Platte High School. They took on a dreaded rival in Kearney and the Bearcats. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they did come away from that matchup 0-2, falling in both the games to the Bearcats. In game number 1, 15-6, and then fell in game number 2, 19-9. So again, a tough start to the season so far for the Dogs. 1-3 on the year. They, of course, had their Jamboree games in Grand Island High School where they took on Centura. They did defeat Centura in a shutout 3-0, but did fall to Hastings St. Cecilia 5-1 to now get to their point, as I stated earlier, at 1-3 to start this season. If you're not counting the Jamboree games, 0-2 to start this year. Looking to take on a strong Cozad team and maybe turn, I wouldn't say turn their luck around, but at least get one win into the win column, because you don't know how much a win can really mean for a program and a team, specifically a team and a program like this North Platte High School squad that is super duper young. I wouldn't say inexperienced, but primarily super duper young. The only returning senior last season, Jaylee Comer, out in center field for North Platte High School, as fortunately, I won't say unfortunately, but a lot of other the team members from last season's district runner-up team unfortunately graduated, so some fresh faces here this year. Some faces you, of course, will know from if you are a fan of the Bulldogs and have looked at the roster over the last couple of seasons, but a lot of new faces in the starting lineup, minus Jaylee Comer, the lone returning starter from last year's team. Quick Stop pregame show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. Let's sort of jump into those, a factor that could be playing in today's game, and always is going to be playing a factor this early into the season. It's the weather. Yes, you know it, the weather. Actually, speaking of the weather, we actually were supposed to have 2 games today here between Cozad for the varsity and the junior varsity team, but due to some rain last night that came through the Cozad area, of course, the schedule had to change up, so the JV squad had to get their game canceled, and the varsity squad moved to this 6:30 start time here today. Again, our time and temp is at 6:15, and actually at the moment 83 degrees, went down 3 degrees from today's high of 86. Is brought to you in part by Lindemeyer Law office. Their lineup consists of all-star caliber attorneys Bob Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Florham, Kent Turnbull, as well as Victoria Hervey and Natalie Hoffman. When life gets to the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, we will step up to the plate and hit a home run for you. Call Lindemeyer Law 534-6740 as Bulldogs look to turn their woes, early season woes, down around the corner here, specifically from behind home plate or on the mound for the Bulldogs, giving up a whole heck of a lot of runs early on this season, but something you'd expect from pitchers that are still trying to adapt to the varsity level. And the good news about this year's squad, a lot more pitching options consistent compared to last season. Of course, last season had Sienna McIntyre as well as Skylar Bedlin, who were staples of the starting rotation and really didn't see much anybody else pitch beside Lauren Bowers in a few spot appearances, specifically in that district game against Papillion La Vista South, where the Bulldogs came up on top in comeback fashion. But outside of that, not really a whole lot of time has been seen on the mound for the Bulldogs and a lot of the people that will be pitching, not just today, but this season. So expect a little bit of teething issues early on, but as the season progresses, look for them to get better and better again as every game goes on. And as every game goes on, it's time to bring on to our first break here today of the Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. We'll step aside and take a break. We come back. Our Owls lock and save keys to the game right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on NordPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings to Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it, carry out, DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
Can you feel it? The feeling of starting something new. The feeling of success. At Mid-Plains Community College, our instructors are ready and willing to support you on every step of your educational journey. Whether you're just starting out or changing careers, MPCC can help you transform your future. Learn more by visiting our website at mpcc.edu. That's mpcc.edu.
Foot and ankle pain holding you back? Great Plains Foot and Ankle is here to help. Whether you're dealing with turf toe, sprains, fractures, Achilles tendon issues, sports injuries to your foot or ankle, or need custom orthotics, their expert team provides the personalized care you need to get back on your feet. Don't let discomfort slow you down. Take the first step towards relief today. Call 308-532-3600 or visit gpfootandankle.com. Great Plains Foot and Ankle, because every step matters.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. KWOQ AM North Platte. Merrick's Ranch House is a proud supporter to bring you this game. Dine in, order online at merricksnp.com, use DoorDash, or call 532-8200 for carryout. Merrick's Ranch House.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here to Cozad for game number 3 of the season here for North Platte High School and the Bulldogs girls varsity softball team. Bulldogs, of course, falling yesterday in their first games of the regular season. Of course, had their jamboree games the week previous yesterday at home at Dow Howard Sports Complex, taking on, of course, Kearney and the Bearcats, where they fell in both those games. Now start the season 0-2, of course, 1-3 overall if you're counting the jamboree games, as some people do, as a clear indication of their season start. But Bulldogs 0-2 now come into Cozad here. They just a little bit up the road to see if they can get the gremlins of the early season as well as the jitters out of the way and start putting some productive and some good foot forwards, because as we talked about, and I will talk about for a lot of the time this season, very different squad this season compared to last season. Of course, Macy Freeze, Sienna McIntyre, Brooklyn Dybert, Skylar Bedlin, all names that come with power behind them in terms of their swing. And no other good example than that was in the district game against Papillion La Vista South, the district semifinal losers matchup, where the Bulldogs in back-to-back innings hit 3 home runs in those last 2 innings to erase what was a pretty big deficit and come up on top against Papillion La Vista South and win in the Titans that game, making their way to the championship match of districts before ultimately falling to the Monarchs of Papillion La Vista. Let's jump into our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game here today, as for the side of North Platte High School, it comes on the side of the mound and what they are able to do from the mound, as it's been a tough start to the regular season for the Bulldogs. Have given up excess of 10 runs in both of their starts against Kearney yesterday, but looked pretty good in the first couple Jamboree games against Hastings St. Cecilia as well as Centura. But it's about how can they bounce back from that tough outing, and it's a lot about the mentality. And I expect, again, for a young team, it'll take maybe a couple of starts before some of them really get into rhythm and really start to get a feel for the varsity level pitching side, even though we have Katie Titus, who will be pitching today. Titus, of course, saw some action last season on the field rather than on the mound for the Bulldogs frequently, but she'll get the start today, so we'll see how she can do. And then on the offensive side, really play to the strengths that the Bulldogs have, which really does come down to their speed on the base pads as well as their contact hitting. If they can get a runner on the base pads, kind of do what Coach Ricky Holm did. Sometimes utilize the small ball as best as you can, but also get some nice solid contact in the outfield to advance your runners. But now it's time for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the Store Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Hey, they also have available the ice cream trailer for all your outdoor events, as we all know. It's still summertime around here, so still got that time for the outdoor trailer. Let's start with the North Platte High School Bulldogs, who are the visiting team here today, starting on over in left field. J.C. Lear will be starting at the leadoff position with Jaylee Comer in center field, hitting in the 2-hole. Casey Jo Munson on over at shortstop in the 3-hole. Katie Titus on the mound for the Bulldogs. Warren Bowers at second base with Alexis Erickson at third base. Tiffany Townsend will be behind home plate today for North Platte High School with Malia Harmon at first base. Faith Bennett will be the right fielder in today's game as well as the 9-hole hitter. On the side of Cozad and the Haymakers getting the start today, Aubrey Hammerlin on over at shortstop. She'll be batting from the 1 position. Mackenzie Munster, the second baseman, will be batting in the 2-hole alongside the pitcher, Madison Sayer. She'll be batting in the 3-hole. Kinley Armagost on over catching in the 4-hole for the side of the for the Haymakers, with Clayton Flaherty on over in center field. On over in center field. Sarah Howe at first base with Britlin Bussinger on over at third. Emma Howarter in right field with Mallory Munster in left field for Cozad and the Haymakers here today. Well, do it for our Quick Stop pregame show. Get 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. And with that, we'll step aside and we'll take a break. When we come back here on the Quick Stop pregame show, but we'll be right into this ball game between these two teams, Cozad as well as the Haymakers of Cozad. We come back here to Cozad FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Bill Summers knows summer storms and hail can wreak havoc on your vehicle. Experience damage? Don't wait. Bill Summers is ready to assist you with all your questions about gap insurance, what to do next, and can guide you through the process if your car is totaled. You don't always have to wait for your insurance check to get back on the road. Bill Summers offers immediate purchase options so you can drive away today and enjoy the ride. Weather the storm with confidence. Call or visit Bill Summers in North Platte today or go online 24/7 at billsummers.com.
Summer's winding down, but there's still time to tee off at River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Enjoy a round on their beautifully maintained greens, complete with modern amenities and stunning views. And when the game's over, treat yourself to an unforgettable dining experience at Another Round, where amazing food and drinks are served up in a relaxed, inviting atmosphere. Remember, they're open to the public. River's Edge Golf Club and Another Round Sports Bar, where great golf meets great dining. Come on out and have another round with them.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to, of course, we got some softball action today between North Platte High School and the Bulldogs. Girls varsity team taking on Cozad and the Haymakers today. Again, our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann with the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as our other sponsors here for today's game, Premier Toyota. At Premier Toyota, you'll find friendly and easy-to-work with staff that will help you find the perfect car for you. Whether you are looking for new or pre-owned, Premier Toyota has a wide selection of vehicles for you to choose from. Now, leading off to the side of the Bulldogs to start inning number 1, J.C. Lear. As we're getting things all finished up, she'll be going up against Madison Sayer for Cozad. Bulldogs 0-2. Start this season after falling yesterday. They do have a pretty tough schedule to start off this season in terms of games they will be playing. 15-19 last season for North Platte High School. Of course, they have the 2 games yesterday, the 1 today, and then on Friday we're going out to Lincoln for a tournament, going up against Cozad, who is 2-2 already this season. So now get ready to get things underway between North Platte High School here and the Haymakers of Cozad. Madison Sayer getting warmed up for the Haymakers is in the first batter that Sawyer will see is J.C. Lear on deck. J. Lee Comer, then Casey Joe Munson for the side of North Platte High School. Of course, this Friday, also going on the road, the Bulldogs varsity football team will be heading to Kearney to take on the number 3 team in all of Class A in the Bearcats. That game begins 7 o'clock in Kearney. With our quick stop pregame beginning at 6:30 live on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming NorthPlattePost.com. Me and Jeff Smeltzer will be in Kearney for that ball game. It's good to see Jeff Smeltzer once again, and happy to see him on this road trip. Of course, our home analyst for those games being Jeff Smeltzer. And now here we go, ready to rock and roll with J.C. Lear up to bat. Coach Leah O'Donnell Greeno making her way to third base as Madison Sayer will be pitching here against Lear for the first time today. As Sayer gets set and fires in. It's a pitch that's going to be in there for strike number 1 to lead this game off. 0-1 the count now. Of course, currently 83 degrees at first pitch, 6:30. First pitch is that next one from Sayer is in the dirt for ball number 1. 1-1 the count now to one J.C. Lear. Time 10 brought to you in part by Lindemeyer Law Office. 1-1, nobody out, top of the first inning. 0-2 Bulldogs taking on the 2-2 Cozad Haymakers. As Sayers' 1-1 pitch comes in. That one just going to sneak into the zone for strike number 2 on towards the outside part. So now the count sits at 1-2 with nobody on and nobody out, top of the first inning. Sayer gets the sign in from Armgost and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss for Lear. She goes down swinging. It's the first strikeout today for Madison Sayer as there's one out in this top of the first inning. As Jaylee Comer, center fielder, comes up to bat. Comer had a productive end of the season for the Bulldogs and is really the exemplary focus of what the Bulldogs want to do this season. Comer, a lot of good contact and speed, which is going to be a focal point this season for North Platte High School as that pitch upstairs and high for ball number 1 to Comer. Casey Jo Munson on deck with pitcher Katie Titus in the hole for North Platte. Sayer gets the sign. Here comes the 1-0. As Comer lays down a beautifully laid bunt, she's going to use that speed on over to first, and she gets there in plenty of time. Talked about the Bulldogs this season, how they could utilize the small ball a lot more effectively than they did last season, and you saw right there with Jaylee Comer as she lays down a beautiful bunt, died immediately into the dirt, and because of that, Bulldogs now have a runner on over at first base, being Jaylee Comer, who is a steal threat. As up to bat now comes Casey Jo Munson. Pitch, as she looks to lay the bunt down. That's for strike number 1 as it's up high but outside. 0-1 the countdown to Munson. As another bunt looking to be laid down there by Munson as Sayer's pitch is pulled back. Run over to second from Comer for the steal, and it's successful as Jaylee Comer successfully makes her way to second. It's a 1-1 count to Munson, and now a runner already in scoring position for North Platte High School on over at first base. As the 1-1 with one out. Swung on and foul tipped off by Munson there for strike number 2. It's now a 1-2 count, still one out here on top of the first. But the Bulldogs have a runner in scoring position with Jaylee Comer at second. As Sayers' next pitch, here it comes. Swung on, slowly grounded on over to Bussinger at third to throw to first in time. But Jaylee Comer does make her way on over to third with the advance. There's now 2 down here in this top of the first inning, as now up to bat comes Katie Titus. Titus had a big home run in the game against Kearney, a grand slam to be exact, and now an opportunity to put the Bulldogs up early with Comer at third. First pitch outside from Sayer for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. Following Titus, it's Lauren Bowers and Alexis Erickson. As Sayer steps and delivers. Swung on, that's going to get into the gap in left center field, and with that on over, Jaylee Comer comes home. Katie Titus makes her way to first, and a run comes across for the Bulldogs. Their second hit today, and the first run to come across, following the single from Katie Titus into left field. With Lauren Bowers now up to bat. As Bowers last season came in to close the game against Papillion La Vista South in the losers bracket semifinal matchup and shut the door on that Titans team that earlier in that district defeated the Bulldogs It was sweet, sweet revenge for North Platte that then just unfortunately came a game shy of making it to state last season. They faced a tough team in the Monarchs of Papillion La Vista in the finals. As now Lauren Bowers steps into the batter's box. Sayer will get the sign in from Armagost and deliver. That one right down the center for strike number 1 to Lauren Bowers. On deck, Lexus Erickson with Tiffany Townsend in the hole. Of course, Tiffany Townsend, sister to Tyler Townsend on the North Platte American Legion baseball team. That pitch tight inside and low, but will sneak in for strike number 2. It's 0-2 the count now to Lauren Bowers. 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs here in this top of the first inning. The pitch from Sayer. That one low. It sneaks just a little bit away from Armagost, but not far enough to advance the runner. There's ball number 1. 1-2 the count now. Bulldogs up 1-0. Bowers gets set. The 1-2 pitch from Sayer. Swung on back to the pitcher, Sayer. The throw will be easily on over to first, and that's how this inning will come to an end. Not before 2 hits came across for North Platte High School with 1 run coming home. It's now a 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs when we come back here to the bottom of the first inning. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, do the right thing. That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. Bulldogs currently have a 1-0 lead over the Haymakers. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for North Platte High School compared to the no runs, no hits, no errors for Cozad. Half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. See Kevin McGann at 621 South Dewey Street in North Platte for all your farm, crop, auto, home, and commercial insurance. Scoreboard update on the Wicked Fast scoreboard again. 1-0 in favor of North Platte High School. Also, thank you to our sponsors, the Another Round Bar and Grill. Enjoy drinks and dinner in the dining room or the patio in a relaxed atmosphere of a sports bar, but with the sophisticated menu and service you'd expect from an upscale restaurant. Hey, if you can take your meal and refreshment to go with you onto the golf course. First up to bat here for the side of Cozad this inning after the ground out last inning from Lauren Bowers to end it. Aubrey Hammerlin. Katie Titus on the mound for the Bulldogs here today. Of course, Titus last season, a very, very strong pinch hitter for the Bulldogs, now gets the nod this season as a crucial part of this Bulldog starting rotation, as first pitch into Hammerlin is down low for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now. On deck, Mackenzie Munster and Madison Sayer for the Haymakers. As Titus gets back into the circle and likes the sign from Townsend and delivers. That one just outside by a whisker. 2-0 the count. Again, Bulldogs pitching looking to bounce back after a rough outing yesterday against Kearney, giving up 10 or more runs in both their games. 2-0 pitch from Katie Titus once again is outside for ball number 3. It's 3-0 the count now. As looking down the barrel of a walk, Aubrey Hammerlin, as Titus delivers. That time will find the strike zone just a little bit above the knees. Now 3-1 the count. 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 3-1 the count to leadoff batter Hammerlin. Swing and a miss. There's strike number 2 from Katie Titus after a tough first couple of pitches. Katie Titus now bouncing back to a 3-2 count. Would love to find the first out of this inning right here. The 3-2. It is in there on the edge. There's strikeout number 1 today for Katie Titus, and the first out of this inning for the Bulldogs as Aubrey Hammerlund goes down looking. As now coming up to bat comes Mackenzie Munster. As out goes Tiffany Townsend to have a talk with Katie Titus. Of course, Townsend wearing a different number today, number 17. As Munster up to bat, Madison Sayer on deck with Kinley Armagost in the hole. As now we're going to have a talk as Coach Greeno having a talk with both the officials, and now going to go have a word with the Cozad bench. As some confusion potentially on who should be up to bat. Or coach. Of course, one of these moments where you wish you had a mic'd up official. See what they're discussing. As coach now gets an updated lineup from the Cozad side. I wonder if the confusion was on who was up to bat on either if somebody didn't have the right lineup sheet or what. But now Cozad's coach having to talk with the main officials, and we seem to be getting everything underway as our discussion's over. And now getting back to softball action here, FM 98.1, AM 1410. And as always, video live streaming on NordPlattePost.com. Once again, up to bat, Mackenzie Munster for the Haymakers. 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. Katie Titus now, 6 total pitches, will fire her first into Munster. That one slowly grounded on over to Bowers at second, the third first in time. Beautiful play by the Bulldogs defense. Lauren Bowers at second on over to first, and there's 2 down already in this inning as up comes Madison Sayer. Sayer, the pitcher, of course, gave up a run in the first inning against the Bulldogs as Katie Titus hit a single in the left field that brought Jaylee Comer home, and now pitcher-on-pitcher action here. Ooh, that one just outside. Ball number 1 from Titus to Sayer. On deck, Kinley Armagost, then Clayton Flair-Hardy will be up to bat as Titus gets the sign in from Townsend. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, back over to Lauren Bowers again. Oh, it bounces through her glove. And with that, into first goes Madison Sayer on the error from Lauren Bauer at second base. And now there's one runner on for the Haymakers with 2 down as Kinley Armagost comes up to bat. The catcher today for the Haymakers. Again, in this lone game, not a doubleheader, it's a single game between these two. Again, the junior varsity game canceled due to poor field conditions from the rain that came across yesterday. As the runner at first being pitcher Madison Sayer, Katie Titus delivers. That one fouled down the first base side for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now. As Armagost will get back into the batter's box, and Katie Titus into the circle. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one once again grounded foul down the first base side. It's a quick 0-2, and actually it was stayed fair, and touching the bag was Malia Harmon. She kept it in line, and just like that, this inning will come to an end. The Bulldogs still kept it with them, and they have the lead 1-0 here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. We come back to Cozad, FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Get ready for the ultimate fun day out. Start at Pregame's Tap Room with a brand new menu you won't want to miss. Catch all of the action on game day with your favorite teams on our big screens. Pair the excitement with amazing drinks, and you've got the ultimate game day experience at Pregame's Tap Room. And when you're ready for more fun, head over to Wild Bill's Fun Center. Dive into our action-packed arcade, knock down pins in our bowling alley, and gear up for an epic laser tag battle. There's something for everyone at Wild Bill's, where the fun never stops.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Visit Jay Engel in North Platte at www.fbfs.com.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. Bulldogs currently with a 1-0 lead over the Haymakers on our Wicked Fast scoreboard. As always, our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as our sponsors here for today's game, Justin Thompson Family Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service. No matter what type of insurance you are looking for, farm, ranch, auto, home, life, or business, Justin Thompson Family Agency has the answer for your insurance needs. Check out their offices in North Platte, Ogallala, Broken Bow, and Ord. Alongside Kroll Clinic, Dr. Chris Kroll is located at the Westfield Shopping Center for Kroll Clinic, located in North Platte, as well as McCook. Currently, again, 1-0 lead for North Platte High School early on in this ball game is make that an 0-1 count first into Lexus Erickson, who's up to bat for the Bulldogs here in this top of the second inning. 1-0 lead on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. Sayer's next pitch. That one once again high and outside for ball number 2. It's 2-0 the count now. For one Lexus Erickson, as Sayer gets her 2-0 pitch inwards. Swung on and popped up to right field. Going deep and getting back at it there is Howitzer, Emma Howitzer, and she's going to drop it, and into second goes Lexus Erickson. Emma Howitzer had a play out in right field but couldn't haul it in. And with that on over, Lexus Erickson gets to second, with now up to bat being Tiffany Townsend, another runner. Scoring position for the Bulldogs, Jaylee Comer made it home in the first inning to give the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead, and now the ever-dangerous Tiffany Townsend comes up to swing. So we'll see a pitch just teetering its way back into the zone for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now to Townsend. Malia Harmon on deck with Faith Bennett in the hole for the Bulldogs. It's now the 0-1. Look to lay the bunt down, Townsend does, but misses it. It's almost in the dirt, but there's a quick strike number 2 to Tiffany Townsend. 0-2 the count now, with one runner on being Lexus Erickson at second and nobody out, top of the second inning. Madison Sayer. Here comes her 0-2. Swung on back to Sayer, light grounder to the throw to first. Will be in time. Erickson advances on over to third base. As a great sacrifice ground out from Tiffany Townsend will move the runner. And now here comes Malia Harmon up to bat. Faith Bennett on deck, the back to the top of the order with J.C. Lear for the Bulldogs. As Madison Sayer gets the sign and delivers. That one tight inside. Armagus does a great job of trying to pitch frame it inwards, but Ball number 1 to Harmon, playing on over at first base today. Sister, I believe, to Ella Harmon. As the 1-0 count from Sayer. As, Malia Harmon tries to lay the bunt down just a bit too high on the bunt attempt. And there's strike number 1. So it's 1-1 the count now to 1 Malia Harmon. Madison Sayer in totality up to 24 pitches. The 1-1 count. Turned on, it's going to be gloved up by the second baseman, Mackenzie Munster, but coming home, Lexus Erickson. And the Bulldogs now lead 2-0 early on in this top of the second inning, following the ground out from Malia Harmon. But another great at-bat for the Bulldogs, coming away with some more runs. They're up 2-0 now as Faith Bennett with 2 down will take her first swings today. J.C. Lear on deck with Jaylee Comer in the hole. That first pitch from Sayer is at the knees and in for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now to Faith Bennett. So here comes the next pitch in from Sayer. That one, a little soft grounder, get past Sayer. Shortstop gloves it, throwing over to first. Will just be barely in time. Great throw from Aubrey Hammerlin, and that's how this inning comes to an end. Not before the Bulldogs once again got another run across on another hit. They lead 2-0. We come back here to Cozad FM 98.1, AM 1410, and via live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, powered by plant-based natural caffeine. And they come in 4 delicious flavors: pomegranate passion, mango mojo, prickly pear, and watermelon wild. Why do you keep doing that?
These refreshers are just so refreshing.
But you don't have to make that noise every time. Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Looking for a car buying experience that's a cut above the rest? Welcome to Zeller Motor Company, where you can experience the difference. With over 40 years of combined sales experience, Nate and Joe know how to get you behind the wheel of your dream car. And when it comes to financing, Amanda brings over 20 years of banking expertise to make your deal smooth and stress-free. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience the difference at Zeller Motor Company? Visit them today and drive away with confidence.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. Bulldogs now with an early 2-0 lead over the Haymakers. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for North Platte High School. No runs on 1 hit and no errors. 1 hit, 1 error for the side of the Bulldogs. As up now to bat for the side of the Haymakers following the ground out from Faith Bennett last inning. Clayton Flaherty will swing and miss for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. Thank you to our sponsors here for today's game, Zeller Motor Company. With over 40 years of combined sale experience, Nate and Joe know how to get you behind the wheel of your dream car. And when it comes to financing, Amanda brings over 20 years of banking experience to make your deal smooth and stress-free. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience the difference at Zeller Motor Company? As well as smoking Double D's at Butch's in Hershey. Locally owned and operated, they smoke all their own meats, low and slow, to bring you award-winning barbecue. It's an 0-2 count in Clayton Flaherty's. Katie Titus skies one out into the field behind me. 0-2 the count now. This bottom of the second inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Bulldogs. No runs, no hits, 1 error for Cozad on our wicked fast scoreboard is the 0-2 from Katie Titus. That one's upstairs. Ball number 1, 1-2 the count now. Following Flaherty, it's going to be Sarah Howell, then Britlin Bussinger. 1-2, Titus will get the sign in from Tiffany Townsend, and the 1-2 pitch. Fouled right back to the netting. Of course, for the side of Katie Titus, she's looking for her second strikeout today. Already has 1 strikeout to her name to start this ball game. Looking to make it 2 right here with a 1-2 count. Start this inning off with a bang. As the 1-2 now from Titus. Oh! I'm going to say just a bit too low on the corner there. Ball number 2, 2-2 the count now with nobody on and nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Bulldogs looking for their first regular season win following their win in the Jamboree game. That pitch way upstairs, ball 3. So what was a nice 0-2 count for Katie Titus against Clayton Flaherty. It's now 3-2 the count with nobody on and nobody out. The 3-2 pitch. It's in there. Strike 3 down goes Flaherty looking. Beautiful pitch right down the middle for Katie Titus, and there's strikeout number 2. And the first out of this inning for the Bulldogs is Sarah Howell. Now we'll check in to swing for the first time today for Cozad. Following Howell, it'll be Britlin Bussinger and then Emma Howerter. Still a 2-0 lead for North Platte High School in this ball game, as Titus delivers her first pitch into Howell. She'll swing and foul it right back a few feet away from me for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now. As Ducks are a-howling and home plate umpire gets some new softballs. Titus back into the batting circle. An 0-1 count into Howell with 1 out as she delivers. That one's in the dirt for ball number 1 from Katie Titus to Sarah Howell. So far for Titus, 22 total pitches, 14 strikes to 8 balls early in this ball game. Again, bottom of the second, a 2-0 lead for North Platte High School. Titus now with the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, that one's going to bounce off the shin there of Sarah Howell, and she'll take a stroll on over to first after she was hit by a pitch. So there's a runner on the base pads for the Haymakers. Second time today, this one from a hit by pitch.
For the Haymakers, number 23, Britlin Bussinger.
And now Britlin Bussinger now will appear. Time to be called a little bit to make sure that Howell is okay. But here comes Bussinger. Runner at first base. Sarah Howell, steal threat for Cozad and the Haymakers. Katie Titus get the sign in from Tiffany Townsend, and here comes her first pitch into Bussinger. She looks to lay the bunt down and gets away from Townsend all the way to the backstop, and with that over to second goes Sarah Howell on the passed up ball. And just like that, there's a runner in scoring position for Cozad. There's now a 1-0 count into Katie Titus. Howell at second base. As here comes the next pitch from Katie Titus. It's delivered. That one just skirting to the inside part of the plate for a foul ball. It's now a quick 2-0 count to Bussinger. 2-0. 1 out, runner at second base. Here comes the next pitch. That one a little blooped into the air, and it gets down into center field. Comer will grab it and will gun it on over to home. The runner's going to make her way to second, and just like that, a single turns into a runner at second base. Sarah Howell gets the first hit today. And now there are 2 people in scoring position for Cozad. As up to bat now for the Haymakers, Emma Howerter has Howell at third, Bussinger at second. She'll swing on one and gun it back into the field for strike number 1. Following Howerter, Mallory Munster, and then Aubrey Hammerlin, the top of the order. 0-run, 2 runners in scoring position for the Haymakers. They could tie it up here. Still 1 out in this bottom of the second. Ooh, that one just too tight inside for ball number 1. That looks like a good pitch from Katie Titus, but umpire calls it a ball. 1-1 the count now with 1 out. As Katie Titus's 1-1 pitch in the Howard is delivered. Swung on and fouled once again, this time to the backstop for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now. As Katie Titus re-enters the pitching circle and looking for her third strikeout and the second out of this inning. Runners in scoring position, Sarah Howell at third. Businger on over at second. The 1-2 pitch. It's in there, strike 3. There's the third strikeout today for Katie Titus. As Emma Howard goes down looking. There's 2 down now with 2 outs here in this top of the second. A big at-bat for Mallory Munster. With, again, 2 runners still in scoring position for the Haymakers. A single into the outfield could potentially score 2 and tie the game up. 2-0 lead for North Platte in this bottom of the second. As Katie Titus fires. That pitch Titans side for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now. As Townsend gets the sign in from the dugout. Katie Titus, 31 pitches, 18 strikes, and 13 balls. As the 1-0 on the way. Oh, in there! Strike 2. Late call from the home plate umpire, but it finds the mark. 1-1 the count now to Munster. Businger at second. Sarah Howell at third for the Haymakers. 1-1 the count with 2 down. Titus's next pitch. That one's a fastball in the dirt. For ball number 2, 2-1 the count now. Very peaceful day. No wind really that the teams have to deal with. That's a 2-1 from Titus. Swung on and missed by Munster. So it's a 2-2 count as Katie Titus looks to get the final out of this inning and give the Bulldogs still, or have the Bulldogs still hold on to their 2-0 lead. Again, runners at second and third. Titus now at 3 strikeouts on the day. She gets ready and delivers her 2-2. It's in there, strike 3. There's the 4th strikeout today for Katie Titus, and this inning will come to an end with the Bulldogs still leading it 2-0. We come back here to Cozad, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Attention, North Platte and surrounding communities. Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment is now proudly serving you from their new location at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right next to Great Plains Urgent Care. Their expert team is here to meet all your home care needs. Whether you need wheelchairs, mobility scooters, lift chairs, or more, they've got the equipment to make your home safer and more comfortable. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510 and take the first step towards regaining your independence.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask me, Shelter Agent Brent Rogo, how to protect what you have waited for. Find me at 405 East C Street in North Platte.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. KWOQ AM North Platte. Merrick's Ranch House is a proud supporter to bring you this game. Dine in, order online at merricksnp.com, use DoorDash, or call 532-8200 for carry out. Merrick's Ranch House.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. Bulldogs with a 2-0 lead here in this top of the third inning. Our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Also, thank to our sponsors here today, Bad Apple Repair. For all your cracked screens, busted speakers, and even broken charging ports, Bad Apple Repair has you covered. Fast, friendly, and reliable. You could go on over to Bad Apple, located by Zeller Motors, and get your Apple back in the game. As well as Rooster Roll-Offs. Got a mess that's out of control? Say goodbye to clutter and hello to convenience with Rooster Roll-Offs. Whether it's a big project or just cleaning out the garage, Rooster Roll-Offs makes cleanups a breeze. Serving North Platte and the surrounding areas, give them a call, 308-660-5424. 2-1 pitch is into center field from J.C. Lear, and the Bulldogs will get a leadoff hit in this top of the third inning. As now, Jaylee Comer appears for the second time today. Comer laid down a successful bunt in her first plate appearance. Later came around in the top of the first inning thanks to a single from Katie Titus. Now as J.C. Lear on over at first for the Bulldogs, as Sayer will deliver the next pitch into Comer. Be outside, and there goes Lear on over to second. She gets there in time for a successful stolen base. 1-0 count to Jaylee Comer. J.C. Lear now in scoring position at second. On deck for the Bulldogs, Casey Jo Munson, then Katie Titus. The 0-1. Lear looks to play the bunt down, no good, but there's strike number 2. She couldn't pull back in time. It's 2-0 the count now to Jaylee Comer. Still Lear on over second base for North Platte. As the 0-2, Sayer delivers to Comer. Swings, but fouls it off. Able to get a little bit of the softball on the bat, and now it's an 0-2 count once more. One runner on, nobody out here. Top of the third inning, a 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for North Platte. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Haymakers on our wicked fast scoreboard. The 0-2, that's above the letters for ball number 1 to Comer. 1-2 the count to the center fielder. As Sayer will get the sign in for Armergast, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. Way upstairs yet again. 2-0 now to Comer. .200 to straightaway center, 190 out to left and right field. The 2-2. That one's low. J.C. Lear takes a great jump off from second base and successfully steals third. And now after an 0-2 start to this at-bat, Jaylee Comer now has worked it full. 3-2 as Sayer delivers. Fouled off by Comer. Good awareness to keep that at-bat alive. And now we're still at 3-2. Madison Sayer, 36 total pitches, 23 balls to 23 strikes to 13 balls. Nobody out in this top of the third inning. Runner at third being J.C. Lear for the Bulldogs. Sayers 3-2. That's upstairs, ball 4, and Jaylee Comer will waltz her way on over to first base following the walk. And now 2 runners at the corners. Lear at third, Comer at first for Casey Jo Munson. She grounded out to Britlin Bussinger in the first inning of work. Now is Comer at first, Lear at third. As the pitch, Munson lays down a bunt. It'll stay fair as coming home is J.C. Lear. Great dive and some better base running. The ball gets away from the third baseman, Bussinger, and just like that, not only does 1 run come across for the Bulldogs, but Jaylee Comer makes her way to third. And then Casey Jo Munson makes her way to second. Some great base running awareness by the Bulldogs as Casey Jo Munson will get on following the fielder's choice. Making it home, J.C. Lear. As Katie Titus now comes up to bat. Runners at third and second. A 3-0 game for the Bulldogs, and still runners yet to come across. Sayers' 1-0 pitch to Titus is swung on and missed. Of course, Katie Titus hit a grand slam in the first game of the Kearney series yesterday. It's 1-1 the count now to the pitcher. Up on deck, Lauren Bowers and Lexus Erickson for North Platte High School. Titus drives one in the center field. One run's coming across. They're waving home the other, and another run for the Bulldogs. Huge inning so far for North Platte. Another 2 runs come across. Katie Titus, 2 singles today. It's now 5-0 with nobody out in favor of North Platte High School. As Lauren Bowers comes up to bat. Bowers 0 for 1 today with a ground out. As she'll see Sayer's first pitch. Bowers looked to lay the bunt down, but it's no good. Danica Jedrzejczyk on over at second. Bowers with an 0-1 count will quickly see a 1-1 now. 1-1 to Bowers. Jedrzejczyk at second. Courtesy running for Katie Titus. Again, Bowers grounded out in her first plate appearance for the Bulldogs. The 1-1 from Sayer. Bowers lays down a bunt. Another beautifully placed bunt. The throw to first will be in time, but that does advance the runner to third, and now there's only 1 out here in this top of the 3rd inning. As now comes Lexus Erickson up to bat. Tiffany Townsend on deck with Malia Harmon in the hole. As Madison Sayer's first pitch into Erickson, as she looks to lay the bunt down, she fouls it back to the backstop for strike number 1. And Danica Jedrzejczyk on over at third base, courtesy running for North Platte High School, as Sayer as well as Armagos will go out and have a conversation for a smidge as Erickson back into the batter's box. 5-0 to lead for the Bulldogs in this top of the 3rd inning. Part of our wicked fast scoreboard, the 0-1 pitch. It's outside for ball number 1. Good patience from Erickson. 1-1 the count now. Got a runner at third still for North Platte High School threatening to score. As the 1-1 from Sayer. That one's tight inside. Gets away from the catcher. Jedrzejczyk coming on home. She slides and touches home, and just like that, another run comes across for the Bulldogs, this time on a passed-up ball. 6-0 in favor of North Platte High School. And it's only the top of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs running away with this game early. 2-1 the count now to Lexus Erickson. Now nobody on the base pads. Erickson doubled in her last plate appearance. Next pitch. Slow grounder back to Sayer. Good glove. The throw to first will be in time for out number 2. Quick reaction for Madison Sayer to get the second out, and now up comes Tiffany Townsend. Grounded out to Madison Sayer in her first plate appearance. Has nobody on and 2 down in this top of the 3rd. A 6-0 lead for North Platte High School. That pitch from Sayer down low in the dirt. Ball number 1. 1-0 the count now. 6 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for North Platte High School. As Sayer back into the pitcher circle. Here comes the 1-0 count to Townsend. Ooh, that one high and outside, but sneaks in for strike number 1 to the catcher, Tiffany Townsend. Again, Malia Harmon on deck with Faith Bennett in the hole for the Bulldogs. The 1-1 count. That one down low once again. It's 2-1 the count now. No action in the bullpen for the Haymakers so far in this game. As looking to keep up with Madison Sayer. As Townsend Gets set, and so does Sayer. The 2-1 pitch. Absolutely turned on, but slowly grounded to the third baseman. Bussinger's throw to first will just be in time. And that's how this inning comes to an end, but not before now 4 runs come across for the Bulldogs here. It's now 6-0. We come back to the bottom of the third inning here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com. Sponsored by, of course, Wild Bill's Fun Center for our video streams.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
If you'd like to start feeling better today, physical therapy can get your health back on track. This is Dr. Chris Kroll at Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, and our mission is to serve you by equipping you with the power to reclaim your health. Whether you're dealing with chronic pain, acute injury, or following surgery, we take great pride in helping you return to the activities you love. Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, balancing bodies, restoring life. Most insurance is accepted and no facility fees.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here, Cozad, for North Platte High School varsity softball. Bulldogs with a commanding now 6-0 lead. Our happening breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as the Gathering Spot, a place for baby showers, wedding showers, birthdays, anniversaries, family reunions, graduation, and more. At the Gathering Spot, they offer chairs, tables, decorations, and have a number of different packages ranging from a few hours to the whole weekend. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to stop out and take a test drive here today. Whether you are buying a new pre-owned car, the friendly staff at Premier Toyota will help you every step of the way. Premier Toyota, let's go places. What a great diving glove by Casey Joe Munson at shortstop to get out number 1 of this bottom of the third inning versus Aubrey Hammerlin. And just like that, there's already 1 out here in this bottom of the third. As Mackenzie Munster now comes up to bat, she grounded out to Lauren Bowers in her first plate appearance today. As Titus now gets the A-OK in her first pitch in to Munster. That one's in the dirt for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now. 6-0 is the lead for the Bulldogs here in this bottom of the third inning. As Munster gets set, and here comes Katie Titus' next pitch in. That's outside. 2-0 the count now to Mackenzie Munster. Madison Sayer on deck with Kinley Armagost in the hole for the Haymakers here today. As here comes Katie Titus' now 2-0 pitch. Slowly grounded back to Titus. She gloves it. Throw to first in time, and there's 2 down here in this inning. A much better performance today on the mound for the Bulldogs after giving up yesterday 10-plus runs in both their game against Kearney so far, shutting out the Haymakers, but also continuing their strong offense. Bulldogs yesterday against Kearney put upwards of 5 runs in each game, and so far at 6 today against the Haymakers. And with 2 down, here comes Madison Sayer, and she'll rocket one into the field behind me for strike number 1. So now it's 0-1 the count now. With 2 down in this inning. 6 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for the Bulldogs. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error on the wicket fast scoreboard. That one launched into right field. It's going to the fence, and it's landed off the back of it there with Faith Bennett gloving it up. And with a stand-up double goes Madison Sayer. If the wind was a little more prominent today, that one would have gone out of the park, but it stayed inwards. as Bennett will glove it in right field. And now here comes Kinley Armagast. She grounded out to Malia Harmon in her first plate appearance. Has a runner in scoring position. Kinley Sayer on over at second, looking for the Haymakers' first run today. That was their second hit Haymakers had. The next pitch from Titus is fouled back from the catcher Kinley Armagast for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now with 2 outs here. As Katie Titus will wait for the sign from Tiffany Townsend. She gets it. And now here comes the 0-1 pitch. That pitch in there, strike number 2 from Katie Titus to Armagast. And now in a tough situation for the Haymakers catcher. A lot of pressure here with the runner in scoring position. Only the second time today the Haymakers have had a runner at second. The 0-2 from Titus. That one launched into center field. Will they test one? Harmon's, no, they won't. Jaylee Culver's throw! Oh my. Had the distance. Tiffany Townsend couldn't haul it in, and there's a stand-up double, or excuse me, a single that turns into Armagast at second following the score coming home. Tiffany Townsend had a play at the plate. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on to the baseball, and with that, first run today for the Haymakers comes across, and now here comes Clayton Flaherty up to bat. Again, a runner at second.
Number 9, Clayton Flehardy.
As over second for the Haymakers, Armagast. Titus, again, still a 2 down here in this bottom of the third inning. We'll get the sign in from Tiffany Townsend and deliver the pitch. Fouled right off of the fence. Strike number 1. Now 45 pitches for Katie Titus today. 29 strikes to 16 balls. Very efficient outing for Titus so far. Only allowed the 1 run and the 2 hits, excuse me, now the 3 hits to come across for the Haymakers. Next pitch will pull Tiffany Townsend up from the catching position. It's now 1-1 the count now to Flehardy. On deck for the Haymakers, Sarah Howell and Brislyn Bussinger. As here comes Katie Titus now with her 1-1 pitch into Flehardy. That one there for strike number 2. Right around the letters, 1-2 the count now to Flehardy. As Townsend, as Townsend as well as Katie Titus looking to find Katie Titus's 5th strikeout today. As here comes the 1-2 pitch from Katie Titus. Swing and a miss, and there's number 5 on the day. And that's how this inning will come to an end, not before 1 run did come across for the side of the Haymakers. It's now 6-1. We come back here, top of the 4th inning, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Visit Jay Engel in North Platte at www.fbfs.com.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
North Platte Post Sports.
welcome back here to, I hit the wrong button there, whoopsies, that was my fat finger. As Bulldogs lead 6-1 now in the top of the fourth inning against Cozad and the Haymakers. Half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Also, thank you to River's Edge Golf Course, featuring modern amenities, a beautifully maintained course, lush greens, and breathtaking views of the North Platte River. River's Edge Golf Course delivers one of the best golfing experiences in west central Nebraska. Call the clubhouse today to get a tee time. Also, thank you to Justin Thompson Family Agency, American Family Insurance. No matter what type of insurance you are looking for, farm, ranch, auto, home, life, or business, they have the answer for all your insurance needs. Check out their offices in North Platte, Ogallala, Broken Bow, and Ord. As Madison Sayer still on the mound for Cozad. 52 pitches so far today for Madison Sayer. 32 strikes, 20 balls. The 1-0 count. Now make that 2-0 count into Malia Harmon. She grounded out. First plate appearance, getting that ground out, advanced to runner. Last time she was up to bat. Following Harmon, Faith Bennett, and then J.C. Lear. Sayers 2-0 count. That's high, ball 3 to Harmon. Following Bennett, again, top of the order with J.C. Lear. Again, 6-0 the lead for North Platte High School. Madison Sayer now ready to rock and roll, gets back into the pitcher's circle. Armagost will give her the sign she likes. And now with the 3-0 pitch, Sayer delivers. That one's there at the letter, strike number 1 to Malia Harmon. (6-1) the lead for the Bulldogs here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 3-1. Swing and a miss for Harmon. Pitch looked a little outside, but Harmon got the look she was looking for, but swings and misses. 3-2 the count now. As Malia Harmon looks to lead this inning off with a walk. The 3-2. Swung on. He gets on over to Bussinger at third. Rocket of an arm to first. There's one out here in this top of the fourth inning is Harmon. Good swing, but hits it right into the third baseman, Brittlin Bussinger. And with that, here comes Faith Bennett. Now up to swing with one down in this top of the fourth inning. Still a 6-1 lead for the Bulldogs against Cozad and Haymakers. So far today for Bennett, she's 0 for 1, grounded out to Aubrey Hammerlin at shortstop. She'll see a pitch that's outside for ball number 1. J.C. Lear on deck with Jaylee Comer in the hole for North Platte High School. As Madison Sayer gets the sign from Armagost. Here comes her 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike number 1 from Faith Bennett. 1-1 the count with 1 out. 6-1 lead for the Bulldogs. As here comes Sayers. 1-1 pitch, looks to lay the bunt down, hits it, but fouls it back to the backstop. Strike number 2 for Faith Bennett. She's now behind in the count. 1-2, nobody on, 1 out here for North Platte High School. There's Madison Sayer. For 1-2 pitch on the way. That's above the letters. Ball number 2, 2-2 the count now. As with a 1-2 count and 1 out, here comes Sayer's next pitch to Faith Bennett. She swings and pops it up into the parking lot, and there's a count that'll still stay at 1-2. Excuse me, 2-2. Good battle between Faith Bennett and Madison Sayer. Sayer's pitch count increasing now to 62 pitches on the day. Still a 6-1 lead for the Bulldogs. The 2-2 from Madison Sayer. Swung on and loops into left field, and Faith Bennett, with 1 out, gets on with a single. 7th hit today. Whoops, it's his 7th hit today for North Platte High School. Lighten up the hitting boards. Now here comes J.C. Lear. She's 1 for 2 today. She struck out swinging in her first plate appearance against Madison Sayer, but rocketed one into center field. Later came around on her second at bat. Has Faith Bennett at first, with still one out here in this top of the fourth inning. She'll see a pitch upstairs for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now to J.C. Lear, and this is exactly what Coach Leo O'Donnell Greeno wanted from her squad this season. A lot of consistent hits and tear it up on the base pads. Bulldogs up 6-1. The 1-0. There goes Bennett on over to second. Good throw. She slides and is successful in her steal. Another stolen base for North Platte High School, as it's a 2-0 count now to Lear. Oh, actually 1-1. Oh, how about that? 1-1 now. The count to J.C. Lear. As in scoring position, Faith Bennett. As Lear looks to lay the bunt down. She tries to put it. It's fouled off. She had to get really low to apply it. So it's 1 and 2 the count now to Lear. As Sayers' 1-2 payoff pitch is on the way. Swung and missed by J.C. Lear for out number 2, and the second strikeout today for Madison Sayer. Let's get to our game stats, brought to you in part by Bobby Campbell, State Farm agent Bobby Campbell. We meet you where you're at and help you get to where you want to be. 2 strikeouts today for Madison Sayer compared to Katie Titus, who has 5. As Jaylee Comer comes up to bat, has a runner in scoring position at second. That pitch high and outside on a fastball for ball number 1. Comer got on successfully with a bunt in her first plate appearance, then walked in her next before coming home later that inning. The 1-0 to the center fielder, Comer. She'll see a pitch that just sneaks in on the outside corner. It's 1-1 now to Jaylee Comer. Still a runner at second base being Faith Bennett. Casey Jo Munson on deck with Katie Titus in the hole. 1-1 the count. The pitch from almost laying the bunt down. The throw on over to third will not be in time as Faith Bennett successfully steals third. Comer trying to lay a bunt down but misses, so it's strike number 2. Bennett now to third. It's a 1-2 count with 2 down. Comer looks to bring another run home for the Bulldogs. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Oh, it's outside. Good patience from Jaylee Comer. It's now 2-2 the count to the center fielder with 2 down here in this top of the fourth inning. 6-1 lead for North Platte High School. Sayers, 2-2. Turned on but pulled foul into the parking lot for still another 2-2 count. Munson on deck for North Platte High School. 2 down in this top of the fourth. Bulldogs still holding on to that 6-1 lead, but are threatening to score again here with Faith Bennett at third base. 2-2 as Madison Sayer approaches potentially her third strikeout today. The 2-2 to Jaylee Comer. Turned on sky high into center field. Coming up underneath it is Flea Hardy, and she gets there and gloves it for out number 3, and that's how this inning comes to an end. The Bulldogs did have a runner in scoring position, but couldn't get anything across. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. Still a 6-1 lead for North Platte High School here at FM 98.1 and 1410 and video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
Exciting news, North Platte. Einstein Brothers Bagels is coming soon to the airport, and they're hiring now. They're looking for motivated, positive individuals. Positions available include team members and a manager. Afternoons and evenings off. Hours of operation will be 7 days per week, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. If interested, email einsteinbros.np@gmail.com for job details and application information. Join the Einstein Brothers Bagels team and bring fresh baked goodness to the community. That's einsteinbros.np@gmail.com.
North Platte Post Sports.
Bottom of the fourth inning here in North Platte High School with a 6-1 lead over Cozad and the Haymakers. Half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the 4 to 5 Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. Also, thank you to our sponsors here for today's game, Kroll Clinic. Whether on the field, court, or diamond, injuries can happen. At Kroll Clinic, they specialize in sports injuries, helping you get back into the game faster. As first pitch from Katie Titus is there for strike number 1 into Sarah Howell. As Titus will now get ready for the next pitch. 0-1 the count now. 6-1 lead for the Bulldogs. As it's 1-1, pitch outside to Howell. So thank you to our sponsors here for today's game. Zeller Motor Company. Over 40 years of combined sales experience, Nate and Joe know how to get you behind the wheel of your dream car. Visit them today and drive away with confidence. The 1-1 is now skied up and fouled right behind me once again. It's now a 1-2 count to Sarah Howell. Nobody on, nobody out for the Haymakers here in this one game today. Titus looking for her 6th strikeout. And there is that 6th strikeout as swinging and missing Sarah Howell. Katie Titus got 6 strikeouts here in today's game, and there's one down here in this bottom of the 4th inning with Brentlin Businger now checking in for the second time today. Businger singled up the middle in her first plate appearance for Cozad. Following Businger, it's going to be Emma Howerter and then Mallory Munster. First pitch from Titus. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. To Businger, and with that, an 0-1 count. 0-1 with 1 out. As Titus gets the sign from Townsend and delivers. As Businger looks to lay the bunt down, but fouls it off for strike number 2. It's 0-2 the count. Here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard is 6-1 the lead for the Bulldogs. Have you downloaded the My Phillips 66 app yet? If not, you're missing out on so much savings with Wicked Fast, located across from the Do It Center in North Platte. The 0-2, ooh, that one's low at the ankles for ball number 1 to Businger, and Titus now has a 1-2 count, searching for her 7th strikeout today. On a tear, Katie Titus has been. Here comes that 1-2. Swing and a miss. There's number 7 today for Katie Titus. And there's now 2 down here in this bottom of the 4th inning for North Platte High School. Emma Howerter now will appear. She's struck out looking in her first plate appearance. Katie Titus, 7 strikeouts in today's ball game. It's been 3 straight seasons that a Bulldog has been close to breaking the all-time strikeout measure. As another strike for Titus. It was Tatum Montalongo 2 years ago that did it. Sienna McIntyre got so close last year. And so far, Katie Titus today making her way closer and closer here. Looking for her 8th with an 0-1 count. Let's make that 1-1 as it's in the dirt to Howerter. If I remember, the record is 16 total strikeouts in the ballgame for the Bulldogs. Again, set by Tatum Montalongo 2 seasons ago. 1-1 now to Howard Turf. With 2 down here in this bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch. That one lightly tapped on over down the right field side. Foul for strike number 2. It's 1-2. The count now. 2 down in this bottom of the 4th inning and nobody on for Cozad. Again, 7 strikeouts on the day, and we're here in this bottom of the 4th inning for Katie Titus. As Titus will get the sign from Townsend. The 1-2. Slowly grounded to Lauren Bauer at second. Good glove, throw to first in time. And that's how this inning comes to an end. A quick 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th inning for the Haymakers. North Platte now will come up next with their attempts to continue to increase this lead. It's 6-1 over Cozad. We come back here to the top of the 5th, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming provided by, of course, Wild Bill's Fun Center right here, North Platte Post, as well as FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV? What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask me, shelter agent Brent Rogo, about shelter's competitive renter's insurance rates.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. It's a 6-1 lead for North Platte High School over the Haymakers. Half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Also, thank you to our sponsors here for today, Bad Apple Repair. From cracked screens to busted speakers, even those stubborn charging ports, they got you covered. Fast, friendly, reliable repair service, Bad Apple Repair. Swing by Zeller Motors and get your Apple back in the game. As well as Smoke and Double D's at Butch's, located in Hershey, locally owned and operated. They smoke all their own meats low and slow to bring you award-winning barbecue. An 0-1 count from Madison Sayer, 2-1. Casey Jo Munson making it 0-2 now. Nobody out in this top of the 5th inning. 0-2 day for Munson, grounded out in her first plate appearance, but did reach on a fielder's choice in her second. Sayers 0-2. Little grounder, that's going to be staying fair. Good speed all the way. Munson gets to first in time with an infield single. Munson now on over at first, gets her first hit today. And I think for the Bulldogs, that might have put everybody getting at least one hit today or close to one hit as Katie Titus appears. She's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles, 1 in the left field, 1 in the center, both of those being RBIs. Now as a runner at first base being Munson. First pitch from Sayer to Titus is swung on and missed for strike number 1. 71 pitches for Madison Sayer today, 50 strikes to 27 balls. An 0-1 count to Titus. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, slowly grounded on over to Businger at third. Throw to first in time. Good stretch from the first baseman, Sarah Howell, to glove that ball, but that does advance the runner on over to second following Titus's ground out. As here comes Lauren Bauer up to bat. Bauer 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. First one on over to the pitcher, Madison Sayer, and then second to Mackenzie Munster at second base. First pitch into Bauer from Sayer. That one's at the knees and in for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now to Lauren Bowers. Following Bowers, Alexis Erickson, then Tiffany Townsend for North Platte High School. Leading 6-1 on the wicked fast scoreboard. The 0-1. It's outside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Good patience from Bauer as I'm getting bit by a mosquito. 1-1 with 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Runner at second base for North Platte. Being Munson. That one rocketed. Oh, what a great glove from the second baseman, Munster. And then the throw to Hammerlin at second. And that's how this inning comes to an end. A double play from Cozad. A great jump from Mackenzie Munster to glove it from the air. Then a quick play at second gets the last out. And this inning will now come to an end. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Still with a 6-1 lead for North Platte High School. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming provided by Wild Bill's Fun Center right here at NorthPlattePost.com.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
This is Kathleen Matthews, Vice President and Commercial Lender at Western Nebraska Bank. As a previous business owner, I understand how to collaborate with businesses to meet your financial goals. This is an exciting time to be a business owner in North Platte. Whether it's equipment, real estate, or operating cash that you need, we make decisions quickly and locally to help you meet the expanding business needs in North Platte. Call me today at 534-4488. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Western Nebraska Bank. Bank on us.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KWOQ AM, North Platte. Merrick's Ranch House is a proud supporter to bring you this game. Dine in, order online at merricksnp.com, use DoorDash, or call 532-8200 for carryout. Merrick's Ranch House.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. We got a new pitcher on the mound here for North Platte High School. Katie Titus ends the day with 7 strikeouts as Ari Reyna now will be taking over for North Platte High. 6 runs here on 8 hits, 1 error for the Bulldogs. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Haymakers on our Wicked Fast scoreboard. Got some defensive adjustments to go along with it. Katie Titus is now on over at third base with Casey Joe Munson on over at second. So Reyna will be the pitcher for the Bulldogs here in this bottom of the 5th inning. As up now comes Mallory Munster. Struck out looking in her first plate appearance. As some adjustments being made to the scorecards. Also, thank you to our sponsors here for today's game, The Gathering Spot. A home for all gatherings, baby showers, wedding showers, birthdays, anniversaries, family reunions, graduations, and more. The Gathering Spot has you covered. Also, thank you to Rooster Roll-Offs. Got a mess that's out of control? Say goodbye to clutter and hello to convenience with Rooster Roll-Offs. Serving North Platte and the surrounding areas. Give them a call at 308-660-5424. Reyna's first pitch in to Munster will be right there for strike number 1 from Ari Reyna. 0-1 the count. This bottom of the 5th inning, 6-1 the lead for the Bulldogs. Again, lost yesterday in the doubleheader to Kearney and the Bearcats, and that one swung on in, missed by Munster for strike number 2, a quick 0-2 count to Mallory Munster. She struck out looking in her first plate appearance. Audrey Hammerlin and then Mackenzie Munster are in the hole and on deck. The 0-2. Here comes Reyna's pitch. Whoa, that fastball way upstairs. Ball number 1, 1-2 the count now. As Reyna looking for her first strikeout in today's ball game and make it the 8th overall for the Bulldogs today. So here comes the 1-2. Beautiful pitches swung on and foul down the first base side. Foul ball. Great pitch from Reyna, but good turn on from Munster to keep this at bat alive. Still 1-2 the count. Nobody on, nobody out. 5-run lead for the Bulldogs, 6-1 on the wicked fast scoreboard. 1-2. That one's down low in the dirt. 2-2 now. It's Cozad trying to mount a late comeback here. 2-2. As Reyna gets set and fires. Swing and a miss. 8th strikeout as a team today. First for Ari Reyna. And with that, Munster goes down swinging. And there's one out here in this bottom of the 5th inning. That brings up Aubrey Hammerlin, the leadoff batter for this Cozad squad. She's 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in her first plate appearance and flew out to what was at the time Casey Joe Munson at shortstop now. Katie Titus at short. One out in this bottom of the 5th inning. Tiffany Townsend will give the sign, and Reyna will now deliver. Swung on, up in the air, and Titus can't hold on to it, and that's going to be a single for the side of the Haymakers. A little blooper. Katie Titus comes running on in, but unable to glove it. First hit today for Aubrey Hammerlin, and now Mackenzie Munster comes up to bat. She's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to, at the time, for the Bulldogs, at second, and then to Katie Titus on the mound. So runner at first now for Cozad. As Reyna now looks to settle the ship and not allow another hit to come across. 4th hit today for the Haymakers. That pitch is below the knees for ball number 1 to Munster. Madison Sayer on deck with Kinley Armagost in the hole for Cozad in this bottom of the 5th inning. Still one out. As Reyna will get the side from Townsend and like what she sees. There you go. Too many S's there. She steps back into the circle. The 1-0. Fouled back from Munster for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. Still a 6-1 lead for the Bulldogs. That one gets away from Reyna. Good glove by Katie Titus. 1-1, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. A 6-1 lead here on the wicked fast scoreboard for North Platte High School. Madison Sayer on deck with Kinley Armagost in the hole. Reyna gets a sign from Townsend that she likes, and here comes her 1-1 pitch as it's delivered. That one's low for ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Munster. 2-1, 1 out. Reyna looking to find her second strikeout and the second out of this inning for the Bulldogs. Runner at first base. It's Hammerlin for Cozad. Swung on, little chipper, gloved by Titus. Throw to second, not in time. It's over the head of Munson, and with that could bring a run home for Cozad. The throw on over to home will not be in time, and just like that, a mistake for the Bulldogs on the infield results in a free run to come across for the Haymakers as Katie Titus overthrows Casey Jo Munson at second. And that allows not only one run to come across, but put the runner, Mackenzie Munster, all the way over at third. So Madison Sayer comes up. She hit a big double in her last at-bat to the right field wall. Now could potentially cut this lead to half if the run comes across as a timeout's currently on the field. As an infield talk with Reyna and the infield as a whole following that error. Second error today for the Bulldogs defense. Still one out here in this bottom of the 5th inning. 6-2 is the lead for North Platte High School. Madison Sayer up to bat again, 1 for 2. Hit that big double in her last at-bat off the right field wall. Now as a runner in scoring position with Munster on over at third base. Kinley Armagast on deck for Cozad. It's 6-2 in the fifth. First pitch from Reyna down low in the dirt for ball number 1 to Sayer. 1-0. So Reyna will get the sign in from Tiffany Townsend. Likes what she sees and delivers. Next pitch is squared up and swung but fouled into the grasslands behind me for strike number 1. It's 1-1 the count now. As once again, it's Reyna getting the sign from Townsend. 1-1 the count, 1 out here, bottom of the fifth. The pitch. Once again, squared and fouled off into the field behind me for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now. As Reyna's going to get a ball. Get ready to rock and roll. As back in the batter's box goes Madison Sayer. Reyna looking for her second strikeout in the second out of this inning. Again, runner Munster at third base. As the 1-2 pitch. Swung and missed. Tiffany Townsend has to throw it to first. She does so. The throw home will not be in time, so 1 run does come across. They'll get the second out. Great play on the base paths for Cozad and Mackenzie Munster. So the run comes across, but there's now 2 outs here in this bottom of the fifth.
Next up for the Haymakers, number 4, Kinley Armagast.
So Kinley Armagast will now come up to bat with 2 outs here in this bottom of the fifth. It's 6-3. Armagast today so far 1 for 2, singled up the middle in her last plate appearance. Grounded out in her first against Katie Titus. Now sees Ari Reyna for the first time today. 2 down here in this bottom of the fifth. Bulldogs' lead's been cut in half. It's 6-3 now. So that fastball is tight inside. Ball 1 to the catcher. Following Kinley Armagast, Clayton Flehardy, and then Sarah Howell. And it's the 1-0 now from Reyna. Swung on, great glove. Oh, and they're going to say, no, we're actually going to see no run from the side of Cozad and the Haymakers. Kinley Armagast gets caught out, and with that, the inning comes to an end. 2 runs do come across for Cozad. It's now 6-3 when we come back here to Cozad, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center, NorthPlattePost.com.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it, carry out, DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
Are foot and ankle problems slowing you down? At Great Plains Foot and Ankle, they specialize in treating turf toe, sprains, fractures, Achilles tendon injuries, and sports injuries to your foot or ankle. Their expert team provides personalized care and top-notch orthotics to get you back on your feet. Don't let pain hold you back. Visit Great Plains Foot and Ankle and step into comfort. Call them today at 308-532-3600 or visit gpfootandankle.com. Great Plains Foot and Ankle, your step towards better health.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. It's now a 6-3 lead on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 6 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors for the Bulldogs. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 one error for the side of Cozad and the Haymakers. Again, our timeouts and half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. It's location 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as our other sponsors here for today's game, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota has trained technicians on hand, so you know you're always getting the very best in service and repairs. Schedule your service and factory scheduled maintenance today and keep your car running strong. First pitch in to Lexus Erickson is fouled off by Madison Sayer for strike number 1 here in this top of the 6th inning. Again, this lead is now only 3 runs for North Platte High School after 2 came across last inning. 1 off of a crucial error by the Bulldogs. That next pitch from Sayer is in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Erickson. On deck for North Platte High School, Tiffany Townsend with Malia Harmon in the hole. Comes the 1-1. Swung back by Erickson for strike number 2. It's now 1-2 the count now to Lexus Erickson. As Madison Sayer looks for the first out of this top of the 6th inning. Sayer, after giving up those 6 runs early on, locked in the later half of this ball game. Swing and a miss by Erickson for another strikeout. First out of this inning for the Bulldogs. Now up comes Tiffany Townsend. She's 0 for 2 today with 2 ground outs for North Platte High School. Of course, if the Townsend name sounds familiar, her brother, Tyler Townsend, of course, part of the American Legion and North Platte High School baseball team, playing out in left field, as that pitch from Sayer is outside for ball number 1. 1-0 the count to Sayer. On deck, Malia Harmon. Faith Bennett swung on and skied up into the air. Going out to center field with it goes Flea Hardy. She can't make the glove. And with that, Tiffany Townsend with a big double for the Bulldogs here with 1 out. It's the dab at the second base side. And just like that, there's a runner back in scoring position for North Platte High School. Exactly what the doctor needed. After 2 runs are given up last inning, as coming in, Devaney Jones, as Malia Harmon now comes up to bat. Jones, courtesy running out at second for Townsend. Harmon so far today, 2 ground outs as well. As a runner in scoring position at second, swung on and missed for strike number 1 to the first baseman, Malia Harmon. Devaney Jones on over at second base for North Platte High School, leading 6-3. 0-1 count for Madison. Make that 0-2 now for Madison Sayer after it's fouled off by Harmon. It's Faith Bennett on deck and J.C. Lear in the hole for North Platte High School. 1 down here in this top of the 6th inning, as Sayer's 0-2 pitch into Harmon. Low and outside for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now to Malia Harmon. It's going to be 1-2. 1 out here, top of the 6th. Faith Bennett on deck. J.C. Lear in the hole. The pitch. Swung on, little grounder that gets right past the side of Sayer. Throw to first in time, but with that, Devaney Jones makes her way on over to third following the ground out from Harmon. So with 2 down now, here comes Faith Bennett. Bennett 1 for 2 today. She had a single in the left field in her last plate appearance against Sayer. Alex to lay the bunt down will pull back for ball number 1. Sayer at 92 pitches, 60 strikes, 32 balls in today's contest. Jones at third. Bulldogs threatening to score with 2 down in this top of the 6th. Pitch turned on and foul back to the Bulldog bullpen for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. J.C. Lear on deck with Jaylee Comer in the hole. Big hit for Faith Bennett would be a difference maker in this game, with it only being a 3-run lead for North Platte. 1-1 outside for ball 2 to Faith Bennett. Excuse me, not Faith, to Faith Bennett. 2-1. As Sayer will get the sign in from Armagost. Deliver the 2-1 pitch. Turned on, and it's pulled foul towards the parking lot for the second strike of this at-bat. 2-2 now to Faith Bennett. Bulldogs still with the lead, 6-3. 2-2 count. Right fielder Faith Bennett up to bat. Looking to advance Jones at third and give the Bulldogs another run. The 2-2. That's high upstairs above the letters for ball number 3. Good patience from Bennett. And she's rewarded with the ball. It's 3-2 the count now. Big pitch from Madison Sayer on the way. Here comes that 3-2. Drilled out to left field. It's going back, but it's going to be pulled foul. It was a home run from Faith Bennett, but pulled foul. Perfect pitch that Faith Bennett wanted to see, but just pulls it foul on the left field side, and we'll still stay at 3-2. Would have been the second home run this season for the Bulldogs. Again, Katie Titus hit a grand slam against Kearney yesterday in game number 1. We're once again at 3-2 as Madison Sayer will deliver to Faith Bennett. She turns on that one, and it's fouled off yet again, this time behind me. So a good little pitching duel we are having at the moment here in this top of the 6th. 3-2 the count with 2 down to Bennett. J.C. Lear on deck. Devaney Jones at third, threatening to score. Here comes Madison Sayers. 3-2 pitch to Bennett. Turned on once again. That one going far, but pulled foul. Good contact from Faith Bennett so far in this at-bat, but 2 of those big hits go foul. So we're still at 3-2. Still 2 down here in this inning. Top of the 6th. 6-3 lead for North Platte High School. Now here comes the 7th pitch of this at-bat to Faith Bennett. Turned on, that one skied up into the air. Getting up underneath it is Hammerlin. She gets there and gloves it, and that's how this inning will come to an end. The Bulldogs did have a runner in scoring position, but unfortunately could not get that run to come across, and with that, we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still a 3-run lead for North Platte right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming NorthPlattePost.com, with our video sponsor being Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Can you feel it? The feeling of starting something new. The feeling of success. At Mid-Plains Community College, our instructors are ready and willing to support you on every step of your educational journey. Whether you're just starting out or changing careers, MPCC can help you transform your future. Learn more by visiting our website at npcc.edu. That's npcc.edu.
Attention barbecue lovers. Smoking Double D's at Butch's in Hershey is locally owned and operated. They smoke all their own meats low and slow to bring you award-winning barbecue. Join them Tuesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturdays till 11 p.m., and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., with breakfast served on Sundays from 8 to 11. And don't miss their chicken fried steak every Friday night and prime rib on Saturdays. Smoking Double D's, making greatness happen overnight. In Hershey.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad, a 6-3 lead for North Platte High School on the Wicked Fast scoreboard. 6 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors for the Bulldogs. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the side of the Haymakers. Our happening breaks are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at 621 South Dewey, Suite B for all your farm, crop, auto, home, and commercial insurance. Also, thank you to Justin Thompson Family Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, Justin Thompson Family Agency prides himself on top-notch customer service no matter what type of insurance you're looking for. Whether it be farm, ranch, auto, home, life, or business, they have the answer for your insurance needs. Check out their offices in North Platte, Ogallala, Broken Bow, and Ord today. Ari Reyna's still on the mound here for North Platte High School, taking over for Katie Titus last inning. She'll be facing off against Clayton Fleehardy, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today, and then Sarah Howell, who will be on deck, and then Britlin Businger, who will be in the hole for the side of Cozad. So the Bulldogs now down to 9 outs left in this ball game. Cozad has 6 left. Bulldogs only with 3, so big opportunity for Reyna to, once they keep this game alive, but hold the fort down. We do have some defensive adjustments for North Platte High School. It looks like J.C. Lear is at second base with Faith Bennett now at shortstop. Someone else out in right field now. I can't get the number on who, but we do have a lot of defensive adjustments around here for the Bulldogs. Tiffany Townsend still on the mound. Still behind the plate for the Bulldogs with Ari Reyna up to bat. We're getting the defensive adjustments relayed over to the Cozad bench. Getting up to bat, Clayton Fleehardy, who struck out swinging in her first plate appearance and in her second. Getting a 6-3 lead for the Bulldogs in this bottom of the 6th inning. 9 outs to go in this ball game. Cozad still has 6 outs worth of potential offense left to go compared to the Bulldogs, who only have 3. So Reyna now will step up for her now 18th pitch of today's ball game against Fleehardy. As Reyna will get the sign in from one Tiffany Townsend and deliver that pitch into Fleehardy. It's there, strike number 1. Good pitch from Ari Reyna for the first strike to Fleehardy. Lights now turning on this late Tuesday night. Well, evening into night. Bulldogs looking for their first regular season win outside of the Jamboree games. That one's launched into right field, and it falls foul. Strike number 2. 0-2 the count now to Fleehardy. Of course, Bulldogs, as I talked about, fell yesterday in their doubleheader against Kearney at home, giving up an excess of 10 runs in each game. Now, so far, leading Cozad and the Haymakers 6-3. As Reyna's pitch to Fleehardy. Well, just right above the letters, barely for ball number 1. It's 1-2 the count now to Clayton Fleehardy. Reyna looking for her second strikeout today and the 9th as a team for the Bulldogs. 1-2, nobody out, bottom of the 6th. 6-3 lead for North Platte. Oh, my good heavens, that one just tight inside for ball 2. 2-2 the count to Fleehardy now. It's Reyna. Wait for the sign from Tiffany Townsend. She gets it in from the dugout. So here comes the 2-2 count from Reyna on the way. That one just below the knees for ball 3. It's 3-2 the count now after a good start to the at-bat. 0-2. Ari Reyna now has it at a 3-2 count. As Fleehardy staring down the barrel of a walk to lead things off in this bottom of the 6th inning. The 3-2. Slowly grounded. It's going to be gloved up. The throw to first. In time. What a great throw coming in from, I believe that's Abby Stifler. It is Abby Stifler on over at third base with a rocket of a throw on over to first to get Clayton Flaherty out. So Stifler, one of the rotation pieces coming into this inning, with Sarah Howell up to bat. She was hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance. Struck out swinging in her second. as that one's going to be skied up into the heavens and fall right back behind me for strike number 1 to Sarah Howell. Again, Bulldogs just lead by 3 runs here. Following Sarah Howell, it'll be Britlin Businger and then Emma Howerter. 0-1 from Raina as she'll step into the pitcher's circle and get the sign from Tiffany Townsend. The 0-1. Check swing. They're not going to say she goes around. And with that, 1-1 the count now to Howell. One and one. 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. Here on the Wicked Fast scoreboard, a 6-3 lead for the Bulldogs. As now the 1-1 count from Raina. That one's launched into center field, and Jaylee Comer can't get there in time. And with that, the run on over to second will not there for the Bulldogs throw, and Sarah Howell gets a 1-out double in between the gap of Jaylee Comer in center field. And with 1 out now, here comes Britlin Businger. She's 1 for 2 today, singled up the middle in her first at-bat while striking out in her second. Actually, might have a pinch runner coming on. We will be having a pinch runner for the side of Cozad. It'll be Bailey Hyatt at second, taking over for Howell. 1 out here in this bottom of the 6th. North Platte High School holding on to this lead, but it's Cozad that's making the late charge in these late innings after the Bulldogs started off hot, being up 6-1. As Businger gets ready, Hyatt now courtesy running at second, as Raina will get the sign from Tiffany Townsend. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch, swing, and a miss by Businger. That pitch was way up into the sky almost. But swinging and missing was Britlin Businger. Emma Howerter on deck with Mallory Munster in the hole for the side of Cozad. Pretty big gap in center field for North Platte High School. Or excuse me, at short in second. That pitch at the knees, but no good. Oh, they are going to say it's in there. Very, very delayed call from the home plate umpire, but it's in there, strike 2. 0-2 now the count. So Businger is Raina. Again, looks for her second strikeout today. And coming in relief for Katie Titus, who threw 7. Raina delivers. Swing and a missed. 9th team strikeout for the Bulldogs. Second today for Ari Raina. And now with 2 down here in this bottom of the 6th. Up comes Emma Howerter. She's struck out looking in her first plate appearance and then grounded out to second base. In her second, we'll actually have a courtesy runner, Mia Ritchie, for Emma Howerter. Pinch hitting for the first time today against Raina as home plate umpire makes that call over to Coach Greeno. 2 down here in this bottom of the 6th inning. 1 runner in scoring position at second for Cozad. Mia Ritchie up to pinch hit for the Haymakers. Raina delivers. Pitches above the letters for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now to Ritchie. Runner at second base was Sarah Howell. But Bailey Hyatt is the courtesy runner now for Howell at second. 1-0 is the count into Ritchie as Raina delivers. In there for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. Feels like those strike calls getting a little slower and slower every time I almost turn around to make the call, but I have to wait a smidge. 1-1 now is Hyatt. At second is Raina with 2 down. Would love to get out of this inning without giving up a run. Swing and a miss by Mia Ritchie. 2 strikes here with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. This would be a huge out for North Platte High School if they can get it. It'll end the inning and then put this game to just 6 outs. 1-2 to Mia Ritchie. Reyna gets the sign from Townsend. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that one's way in the dirt. 2-2 the count now to Ritchie. On deck being Mallory Munster, the match to the top of the order with Aubrey Hammerlin. 2-2. As Reyna will wait the sign from Tiffany Townsend, who's getting it from the dugout. Reyna likes what she sees, and now will step back into the pitching circle. 2-2 the count with 2 down. The pitch. That one once again is down low. Ball 3 to Ritchie. Again, after a good start, 1-2 for Ari Reyna, it's now 3-2 the count. Runner at second for Cozad. Huge pitch for the Bulldogs here, getting out of this inning without letting a run come across. Huge for their victory chances. 3-2 with 2 down. The pitch. In there, strike 3! Third strikeout today for Ari Reyna, and that's how this inning will come to an end. The now 10th strikeout for North Platte High School on the day, and with that, we're going to the top of the 7th inning right here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming NorthPlattePost.com, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Looking for a car buying experience that's a cut above the rest? Welcome to Zeller Motor Company, where you can experience the difference. With over 40 years of combined sales experience, Nate and Joe know how to get you behind the wheel of your dream car. And when it comes to financing, Amanda brings over 20 years of banking expertise to make your deal smooth and stress-free. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience the difference at Zeller Motor Company? Visit them today and drive away with confidence.
Summer's winding down, but there's still time to tee off at River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Enjoy a round on their beautifully maintained greens, complete with modern amenities and stunning views. And when the game's over, treat yourself to an unforgettable dining experience at Another Round, where amazing food and drinks are served up in a relaxed, inviting atmosphere. Remember, they're open to the public. River's Edge Golf Club and Another Round Sports Bar, where great golf meets great dining. Come on out and have another round with them.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad, top of the 7th inning, a 3-run lead for North Platte High School. J.C. Lear up to bat against Madison Sayer once again. Our half-inning breaks are brought to you in part by Kevin McCann and the Fortify Group. First pitch into Lear from Sayer is outside for ball number 1. Lear today 1 for 3, struck out swinging twice. Singled in her second plate appearance up the middle. Jaylee Comer on deck with Casey Jo Munson in the hole. The 1-0 from Sayer. That one in the dirt. Ball 2. We're now at 100 pitches for Madison Sayer. She's now on to her 101st. There you go. There's the right words. 101st up next. It's a 2-0 count to Lear. So here it comes. Swing and a miss by J.C. Lear for strike number 1. 2-1 the count now. Nobody out, top of the 7th inning. Game stats today brought to you in part by State Farm agent Bobby Campbell. Bulldogs on a whole 10 strikeouts, 3 for Reyna, 7 for Katie Titus. That is a great bounce back pitch from Madison Sayer. 2-2 the count to J.C. Lear. She's now staring down the barrel of her 3rd strikeout against Sayer. So far, 4 strikeouts on the day for Madison Sayer. As she gets sets and fires away. Ooh, that one fouled off and bouncing off the leg of the home plate umpire. Will still stay at a 2-2 count. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. It's Madison Sayer searching for her 5th strikeout. 2-2 to Lear. Here comes that 2-2 pitch on the way. Way upstairs, 3-2 the count now to Lear. 3-2 with nobody out and nobody on. Jaylee Comer on deck for North Platte High School. Addison Sayer now will get ready to pitch the 3-2 into Lear. Here it comes on the way. It's outside, ball 4, and on over to first goes the speedster, J.C. Lear, and now that puts a scary runner on deck at first, and another scary runner at the plate with Jaylee Comer. Comer so far today, a 1 for 2. She got on with a bunt, walked in her second, then flew out to Clayton Fleehardy in her last at-bat. Has Lear on over at first base for the Bulldogs. Looks to lay the bunt down. What a great bunt. Throw on over to first. Not in time. It gets over the head of the first baseman. Comer's going to race her way on over to second. An error made on over at first puts the Bulldogs in scoring position at second and third base. J.C. Lear at third with Jaylee Comer on over at second base. As up to bat now, Danica Jederezik up to bat with runners again at second and third base. Nobody out. Oh, she tries to lay the bunt down. And just like that, it's strike number 1 to the courtesy hitter, to Danica Jederezik. And Comer's at second. Lear's at third. 0-1 count. On deck, Katie Titus. Not Katie Titus. As up deck is Devaney Jones. That's in there. Strike number 2. So 0-2 the count now. Still runners in scoring position at second and third for the Bulldogs. Leading 6-3. Still nobody out in this top of the 7th inning. As Sayer delivers the 0-2. Swung on. It's going to get into left field for a base hit. 1 run comes across. They're waving Jaylee Comer home. She's there. Danica Jederezik gets a big RBI double, and the Bulldogs increase their lead by 2. It's now 8-3. Huge as Devaney Jones now comes up to swing, and courtesy hitting for the side of Katie Titus, with a runner at second being Jederezik. Is that pitch from Sayer outside, ball 1. Big top of the 7th inning for this Bulldogs team. As next pitch into Jones. As that pitch once again outside for ball 2. It's 2-0 the count now to Jones. Still nobody out here in this top of the 7th inning. Bulldogs 8-3 lead. The pitch to Jones. That time a bounce back right into the zone for strike number 1. It's 2-1 the count now. Lauren Bowers was on deck, but Ari Reyna's on deck. Alexis Erickson in the hole unless some more substitutions come through. The 2-1 turned on, slowly chipped on over to second. Munster gets under it, throws it to first. There's out number 1. That does advance the runner on over to third. There's 1 out here in this top of the 7th inning, following the little ground out from Devaney Jones. And now here comes Ari Reyna up to bat.
Picks up from our plat number 34, Ariana Reyna.
As Reyna will take a deep breath and take her first swings today against Madison Sayer. She'll see a pitch inside for strike number 1. Oh, 0-1 now the count to Reyna with the runner Danica Jederezik at third base. 1 down here in top 7th inning. 8-3 lead now for North Platte on the wicked fast scoreboard. Reyna tries to lay the bunt down. It bounces off the post in front of me. Foul for strike number 2. It's 0-2 the count now. On deck, North Platte High School, Abby Stifler. Here comes the 0-2 from Madison Sayer on its way to Reyna. Check swing, it's low for ball number 1. 1-2 the count now here, top of the 7th. Bulldogs still have a runner in scoring position. The 1-2. That one once again below the knees for ball number 2. So it's a 2-2 count now to the pitcher. Reyna is now with 1 out. Jetteriza gone over at third. Here comes Madison Sayers' 2-2 pitch on the way. Low again, ball 3. It's 3-2 the count now. After starting 0-2, Reyna has worked her way back into a full count, 3-2, with a runner at third base. 3-2 pitch, here it comes. Swing and a miss by Reyna. That pitch looked to be too tight inside, but there's out number 2 as Reyna goes down swinging, and here comes Abby Stifler. Sister to, I believe, Connor Stifler. Coach, don't want to make assumptions, just in case. Yes, there's the many different Hannibord families around North Platte area, all not related. Or a select few related. Stifler launches one into center field, but it's there and gloved on the side by Clayton Fleehardy, and that's how this inning will come to an end. Stifler almost got a home run, but we will now go to the bottom of the 7th. The Bulldogs did get 2 runs to come across. It's now 8-3 when we come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com. Sponsored by, of course, our video sponsor, Wild Bill's Fun Center.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cozad. It's an 8-3 lead now for North Platte High School over the Haymakers. Our again half-inning breaks brought to you apart by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Kroll Clinic. When you're on the field, court, or diamond, injuries can happen. At Kroll Clinic, they specialize in sports injuries, helping you get back into the game faster. Up to bat here for the potential final time today for the Haymakers of Cozad. Mallory Munster, she's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and she swings and misses. Strike number 1. Ari Reyna still pitching. She's at 3 total strikeouts today. 36 total pitches in relief for Katie Titus. 7 strikeouts today for Titus, so as a whole, 10 for the Bulldogs. That pitch, though, down low in the turf for ball number 1. 1-1 the count now, 2-1 Mallory Munster. Aubrey Hammerlin on deck with Mackenzie Munster in the hole. So a scary part of the order coming up quickly here for the Haymakers. 1-1, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, an off-speed pitch that unfortunately dips too low in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, 8-3 is the lead for North Platte High School. They increased it by 2 last inning, so they got a little comfy margin, but they can't rest on their laurels to get through this game. As here comes Raina back into the pitching circle. 2-1 the count. She gets ready and fires in. Skied up into the heavens. It's going to fall down foul right behind the visiting dugout. 2-2 the count now to Munster. Nobody out for Mallory Munster. As Ari Reyna looks to get a big first out here in this bottom of the 7th. Again, only 3 outs left to go in this ball game. Unless somehow magically we go to extra innings or Cozad comes back. Knock on wood on that one. 2-2. Swung on, slowly grounded, picked up by Reyna. Throw to first, big laser to first, and a great ground out. Mallory Munster grounds it out to Ari Reyna, and just like that, there's 1 out here in this bottom of the 7th inning, and here comes Aubrey Hammerlin. She singled in her last plate appearance, but struck out looking in her first and flew out in her second. Nobody on, 1 out here, bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs leading 8-3 over Cozad and the Haymakers. Reyna gets the sign from Townsend. First pitch swung on, great glove by Abby Stifler at third. On a line drive, there's Abby Stifler gloving it up. And there are 2 down and the last out of this ball game up to bat. Mackenzie Munster is 0 for 3. She reached on an error in her last 2 plate appearances. Grounded out in her first 2. The game could end right here with 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Bulldogs leading 8-3. Pitch. High and outside for ball number 1 to Munster. Following Mackenzie Munster, Madison Sayer, and then Kinley Armagast. 1-0 the count now. Serena will get the sign in from Tiffany Townsend, walk back into the pitching circle, and here comes that 1-0. At the knees, ball number 2, just a little bit below him. 2-0 the count now from Ari Reyna to Mackenzie Munster. Bulldogs looking for their first victory since the very first game of the Jamboree game against Centura. Fell to Kearney in the doubleheader yesterday and then fell to Hastings St. Cecilia. Here comes the 2-0 from Reyna. Another one that's just a smidge outside. 3-0 the count now. Reyna staring down the barrel of potentially walking Mackenzie Munster. A strike would be a good bounce-back pitch right here to avoid the walk. As Reyna with a big deep breath steps back into the circle. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Munster. And there's ball 4. 4-pitch walk from Ari Reyna. It's now a runner at first base with 2 down here for Madison Sayer. Up to bat, Sayer 1 for 3. Reached on an error in her first plate appearance, doubled off the right field fence in her second, and then got out on a drop third strike in her last plate appearance. Second time she'll be seeing Reyna today. Runner at first base being Munster. 2 down here in this bottom of the 7th for Cozad. Reyna steps and fires. That pitch high and upstairs for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now to Madison Sayer. Kinley Armagast on deck with Clayton Fleehardy in the hole. Still an 8-3 lead for North Platte High School. Reyna awaits the sign from Tiffany Townsend. Now Townsend will relay that sign to Reyna, and then time will be called for Madison Sayer to step out. As Sayer gets refocused back in and will re-enter the batter's box. 1-0 the count. 2 down, runner at first being Munster. The pitch. That one fouled, but great glove on first base there by Malia Harmon, and that's how this game will come to an end. It looked like it was drifting into foul territory, but Harmon makes a great glove at first, and the Bulldogs secure their first victory since the Jamboree game, taking down Cozad here in 7 innings. 8-3. Man, oh man, what a game it was. The Bulldogs were in firm control from the drop of the first pitch at 6:30, and from that point on, never really looked back. Yes, there was a time where for Cozad, they were working their way back into this game, but man, oh man, the Bulldogs just shut the door, and just like that, they take the victory. 8-3, and now are officially on the schedule, I believe, 2-2 overall now. Excuse me, 2-3 after falling yesterday in 2 games to Kearney and then going 1-1 against Hastings St. Cecilia and Centura. So they're 1-3, but man, oh man, what? Excuse me, 2-3. I gotta get my stats right there if I'm gonna do it. 2-3 this season, and have done a fantastic job pushing Cozad now to 2-3 as well. Quick stop, post-game show up next right here when I come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NordPlattePost.com, sponsored by Wild Bill's Fun Center.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Here at Midlands, we strive to provide comprehensive full-spectrum healthcare for the entire family. Our providers are trained to deliver babies, perform endoscopies, hospital care, vasectomies, and care for patients of all age groups. We strive to provide hours convenient to you, including 9 to 5 throughout the week and 9 to 12 on Saturdays. Walk-ins are always welcome. Our office is a private medical office and will not have facility or room fees. We care for our patients like our own family, and hope you consider Midland Family Medicine for your medical home.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. KWOQ AM North Platte. Merrick's Ranch House is a proud supporter to bring you this game. Dine in, order online at merricksnp.com, use DoorDash, or call 532-8200 for carryout. Merrick's Ranch House.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza.
Runza is so sweet.
Especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Get ready for the ultimate fun day out. Start at Pregame's Tap Room with a brand new menu you won't want to miss. Catch all of the action on game day with your favorite teams on our big screens. Pair the excitement with amazing drinks, and you've got the ultimate game day experience at Pregame's Tap Room. And when you're ready for more fun, head over to Wild Bill's Fun Center. Dive into our action-packed arcade, knock down pins in our bowling alley, and gear up for an epic laser tag battle. There's something for everyone at Wild Bill's, where the fun never stops.
Attention, North Platte and surrounding communities. Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment is now proudly serving you from their new location at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right next to Great Plains Urgent Care. Their expert team is here to meet all your home care needs. Whether you need wheelchairs, mobility scooters, lift chairs, or more, they've got the equipment to make your home safer and more comfortable. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510 and take the first step towards regaining your independence.
Bill Summers knows summer storms and hail can wreak havoc on your vehicle. Experience damage? Don't wait. Bill Summers is ready to assist you with all your questions about gap insurance, what to do next, and can guide you through the process if your car is totaled. You don't always have to wait for your insurance check to get back on the road. Bill Summers offers immediate purchase options so you can drive away today and enjoy the ride. Weather the storm with confidence. Call or visit Bill Summers in North Platte today, or go online 24/7 at billsummers.com.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
If you'd like to start feeling better today, physical therapy can get your health back on track. This is Dr. Chris Kroll at Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, and our mission is to serve you by equipping you with the power to reclaim your health. Whether you're dealing with chronic pain, acute injury, or following surgery, we take great pride in helping you return to the activities you love. Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, balancing bodies, restoring life. Most insurance is accepted and no facility fees.
It's the Quick Stop Postgame Wrap-Up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here, Cozad. North Platte High School picks up the victory over the Haymakers, 8-2-3, 8 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for the Bulldogs, compared to 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Cozad and the Haymakers. Overall, great team win for this Bulldogs squad. Of course, having a tough day yesterday against Kearney and the Bearcats in their first home games, their home opener, essentially. It was a doubleheader. Kearney, of course, always a very, very tough squad to play against. They gave up 10 or more runs in both those games and bounced back today with a great overall, not only pitching performance from both Katie Titus and Ari Reyna, but also overall on the defensive side. Yes, they had 2 errors, but I think minus those 2 errors, really great holistic team approach, and they actually really offensively stuck to the game plan and let the balls come to them and the hits come to them. And from the get-go, they just stomped this Cozad squad. Cozad made it a little interesting in the bottom of the 5th inning when 2 runs came across, but 2 runs came across at the top of the 7th to give the Bulldogs their final 8-3 victory. Quick Stop post-game show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. This is the first victory for the Bulldogs since game number 1 of the Jamboree game when they fell. The Bulldogs did it to, they won, against Centura 3-0, but then fell to Hastings St. Cecilia 5-1, and then, of course, following in the 2 games yesterday to Cozad. So great performance for the Bulldogs, and they're going to need it when they head to Lincoln this Friday for a Lincoln tournament at 9 a.m. Yes, that's right. They're heading to Lincoln, and they drew the first games at 9 a.m. Of course, if you remember, North Platte High School Bulldogs will be in Kearney on Friday night, taking on the number 3 team in all of Class A. Almost forgot, mixed up there with Colorado class structure, but number 3 school in all of Class A football. That game at 7 o'clock, our Quick Stop pregame at 6:30, live on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com. Me, Jeff Smeltzer, and Carl Anderson, our camera guy, will be there for that football game. We're going to step aside, take a break. We come back, game stats, as well as our talk with Coach Greeno when we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. We're your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gets you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Attention barbecue lovers. Smoking Double D's at Butch's in Hershey is locally owned and operated. They smoke all their own meats low and slow to bring you award-winning barbecue. Join them Tuesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturdays till 11 p.m., and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., with breakfast served on Sundays from 8 to 11. And don't miss their chicken fried steak every Friday night and prime rib on Saturdays. Smoking Double D's, making greatness happen overnight in Hershey.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here to Cozad. North Platte High School picks up the 8-3 victory over the Haymakers. I'm joined today by a very special guest. Coach Greeno joins me. And, Coach, big victory today. After a tough outing yesterday, Kearney, a great team in Class A. They're a team that's always going to put their best foot forward. Coming back today and bouncing back in dominant fashion, winning 8-3. And really, the story that I want to focus around is the pitching staff. After getting roughed up yesterday, they really bounced back in strong fashion today, only giving up 3 total runs in help of the victory, as well as the defense playing a crucial part as well.
Yes, they sure came together. It was nice to see them all come together as a team. Pitchers threw great. We hit the ball well. We executed our bunts. We had a couple squeeze plays. It just all came together nicely.
This really is as we talked about during media day, this is really what this team is built around and what they're mostly going to be executing. And they executed so well with those hits. It all gets started with the bunts from Jaylee Comer to get the bases on. And then from that point on, just consistent barrages of good contact, good patient hitting to help push them to a 6-1 lead early on, then finishing the game off with 8 total runs that come across. I think outside of the Jamboree games, you've scored more than 6 runs to go about. So even though we've talked that this isn't really the same power hitting team as before, it doesn't mean that this team isn't a team that's afraid of not only hitting the ball, but getting the runs to come across as well.
Right, exactly. Any way that we can execute and get the runs in, we're going to do it. Stealing bases, we had quite a few stolen bases today, and so I'm super proud. I don't think we got thrown out not one time.
No, you did not, and I think that's going to be, as we talked about, a huge thing going forward for this team, and that's also going to be a huge point in terms of practice because, while today you haven't gotten thrown out, there's still going to be some moments throughout this season where the young members will, of course, maybe jump a little too early or make a mistake, whether it be a throwout at first or getting picked off at second. So how are you going to really continue to maintain that focus? Because when you get out to these big leads, you actually can kind of feel sometimes, it doesn't been seen at the moment, but sometimes the teams start to relax a little bit and go against the things that they've been taught. So how are you planning to keep them not only focused in during game time when they have these leads, but also during practice to make sure and keep hammering in? Just because you didn't get thrown out today doesn't mean tomorrow it'll happen.
Right. Just keeping them focused in the game, and my assistant coach, Val Hyde, does a great job. She communicates with the girls, these young girls getting in the game. It's so nice to have a coach that will tell them how many outs there are, to tag on a fly, to go on the ground, where the ball's at, find the ball. Just keeping them in the game, and it's great to have her out there.
You really do. It's not something you, of course, you visually see on the scoreboard. The coaches, you at third and her at first, they've really, last season specifically as well, played a huge part in the success of this team. So to know that it's not only continued this year with that addition, but also continuing from last year with you at third, it only brings the continuity full circle so that even though they've got a lot of young players that are still getting their legs under them here in Class A varsity softball, they're going to be given the right information to not have to really make too many hasty decisions on the fly.
Right, exactly. Just like Abby Stifler, our freshman coming into the ball game, playing third base. She had an outstanding catch, line drive to third. Just a great showing. I love to be able to get ahead in ball games and get these young girls in and get them used to playing Class A. Varsity.
I know it's a mouthful.
It's a lot, and it's a lot for them when they're they're playing summer ball. They're not all playing Class A. Some of them are playing Class C. Some of them are playing Class B, and it's big for them to come in and play Class A varsity ball. So this is great getting them in the game.
I was going to say, it feels so good early on so that when you get towards that end of the season mark, we saw it last year with Lauren Bauer, specifically in that semifinal district game. She had to come in probably the biggest situation of her life with only a 1-run lead in the 7th inning against the Pavilion La Vista South team that hit the ball off the rocket, not only in game 1, but game 2 against you, and she held that fort down perfectly well because she was able to see some of these game actions earlier on. So to see the young freshmen get the opportunity to not only come in during a game, but also in a clutch situation in the 7th where, yes, you're up 8-3, but Cozad's been putting an offensive barrage in the latter half of this game.
Exactly.
It only means that when you get to that district time, you won't have to worry about somebody making a fatal error in a situation because they've kind of been in this situation before.
And great teamwork. These upperclassmen had to come in and support them and cheer them on and talk them through it and, get the nerves out, and that's what preseason's all about. We got to get them ready to play ball at the end of the season when we're competing in districts.
That's right, and you'll be competing again this week. A busy week for you guys. You'll be going to Lincoln on Friday. I mean, that's always been a very competitive tournament, and it only is going to get more competitive, and maybe you'll be a little bit on the back foot with how early you guys are going to have to be trudging up there. 9 a.m. first start for you guys, but a really good opportunity to see teams that you could potentially see in district play, not only later this year potentially, but also in a potential district matchup. So take me through some of the things that you're going to do in the back half of this week to make sure that the team's prepared for not only the first game that'll be happening on Friday, but the games to come after that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like you said, it's a busy week. We only have one day off actually this week, and it's tomorrow. So Wednesday's a short day of school for them, and it's church night. So we'll get in and out and do some hitting and work on some more bunting, some base running, and that's our short practice for the week. And then Thursday, we turn around and go to McCook. And with low numbers on our teams, we are only leaving the 3 seniors at home. The rest of the team will go to McCook. We'll play Thursday at 5 o'clock and then turn around and leave at 4 a.m. to head to Lincoln on Friday. So, yeah, it's going to be a very, very, very busy time. Get a lot of people a lot of kids in the ball game, and that's my goal. Is I want to give them opportunities to play.
And if we saw how those opportunities were executed today, it's only exciting to see how the later week will turn out. Well, Coach, thank you so much for stopping on by. Safe travels back, and I'll see you next week. So
and thanks for being here.
Oh no, thank you
love
for
to
of course
see you
coming. I love seeing you guys out here and picking up the victory. As always, Bulldogs defeat Cozad 8-3, and that'll do it for me today. I'll see you all on Friday for North Platte High football right here, FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
The preceding was an Eagle Media Sports presentation. North Platte High Sports on NorthPlattePost.com, FM 98.1 and AM 1410 are brought to you by Another Round Sports Bar and Grill at River's Edge Golf Course. Premier Toy